You had one of the longest undefeated streaks in MMA history. Not the longest, but definitely top five. I think you had 22 fights
Right.
undefeated. That you were really, really on top of your game. What kept you going, and how did you manage to like? Clearly, you were doing something right. What were you
Right.
doing right?
Well, there was a couple different things. I mean, if you look at my record, you'll see that I was actually, before that streak, I was on a bit of a skid. I think I had two or three in a row that I had lost. So I had to really dig deep and find a way. Like, after the last fight, so before my streak, after the last fight that I lost before that, um, I had quit in my head. I thought that I was no good at this sport and I was never going to get anywhere. I was wasting my time, but I had already signed for my next fight, so I had an obligation to fight contractually, and I was like, oh, I might as well make a bit of money. And if I lose, I lose. I'm going to be the MMA loser. I don't even care if I win anymore. Who cares? And because of that not caring attitude, that's how I started to win. I was not nervous at all. I was super chilled. I won the fight pretty fast. I carried it on through the next fight, which was in Boston, I think, against Keith Raquel. And that year, I just kept going and going. I think I went 6-1 that year, and I fought a couple tournaments too. So a couple of those fights, that was in 2003. A couple of those fights were in one night, and it just kind of kept going from there all the way until however, whenever that streak ended. And yeah, it was a lot of it was because of my mental approach to it. I stopped putting so much emphasis on not losing, or not losing and trying to win, and instead just focusing on the training and on fighting well and not making a mistake. And if I win or lose at the end, whatever. But at least I'm going to stay calm and try to fight hard with as few mistakes as possible. And yeah, it changed a lot of things. And also, I think I was just starting to hit my stride in terms of getting experience, finding different coaches, really getting into the groove of knowing what a good training camp was like, and bringing myself to peak shape before a fight. Because remember, like we discussed earlier, nobody taught me anything, because nobody around me knew, because this like very few people had done a full training camp for a fight, so I had to kind of put it together, ad hoc, so to speak. So